Right, back with you tonight here on In Focus, and thanks for staying on. Free State Education MEC Makalo Mohale has sent condolences to the family of a 16-year-old pupil who was kidnapped on Saturday in Rocklands in Bloemfontein. The body of Machaka Radebe, grade 10 pupil at the Brebner High School, was found yesterday. Let's speak now with the Education District Director, December Moloi, on this tragic incident. Good to have you, District Director, and thank you very much for your time. Quite a disturbing story to have happened, especially to a young person. What are the details that are beginning to emerge that the district is aware of at this point?
Good evening, Thabo, and the listeners. Thabo, I think we must really indicate that the department is saddened and very angry, and then with this horrific incident. I think our MEC, Honorable Mohale, has really expressed his disappointment, shock with this barbaric, tragic incident. As you have indicated in your opening remarks, this learner was discovered yesterday by the South African Police Service after they have been informed by one of the passerby that there is a learner who has been found there. When they went there, they discovered that it was Machaka Radebe, who was at school, Thabo, on Friday, who wrote all her examinations. A very brilliant young girl, dedicated to her craft, her school, who never misses a day at school. And when she disappeared at home on Saturday, she was discovered yesterday, the parents are still shocked, and that is why our MEC has extended the collective condolences of the Free State government and the department and everyone who is humane and sensible against this barbaric act. And at the moment, it is still a police case. We are just waiting for the police to give us an indication. And then you can imagine, Thabo, how the parents are. They are distraught, and then they can't grasp what happened. We are having mixed feelings, Thabo. Shock, sadness. And actually, as a district director, I'm very angry. I'm really very angry. How can this happen? Yeah. And then what is worse, Thabo? And then this young girl was in the safety and comfort of her home. Yeah. And then when this happened, she was not in the street. She was not in the wrong places. She was at home where she's supposed to be safe. And you can imagine this is also happening. And then when we are facing the 16 days of activism for non-violence against women and children. This is happening to the future of this a 16-year-old in grade 10, Thabo. This is tragic.
It's of serious concern, and of course it brings us into the realm of asking the tough questions, unfortunately, about where we are in terms of the current landscape around child protection in our communities, and where certainly we need to be doing better, because it's becoming more and more kind of like commonplace to see these kind of things happening in society, especially in South Africa.
No, you are spot on, Thabo. And then I can only echo the rebuke, the sadness and condolences expressed by our Honorable MEC Makalo. And then when he was making a remark about this. This has now become so common, and especially in Bloemfontein. In our schools, learners need to take care. Parents have got to make sure that, when they collect their learners, they cannot allow any stranger, to come and collect their learners on their behalf. And then the MEC has also made a special call to the entire community of Bloemfontein, to really make sure that they identify this cruel people who have and then done this to this young girl. You know, Thabo, this only in 2 weeks, as a district, we have faced, this is the second tragedy. The first one was an educator, and then who was found and then murdered in an area around the graveyard in Bloemfontein, and in Ketiwe, Nkambule, a 48-year-old teacher, and one of our schools, base play combined. And then the MEC also expressed his condolences to the entire schooling community, and also the families. And then, but Thabo, you are right. This is not only a schooling problem; it is a societal problem which needs all of us, and then to really close rank and make sure that we deal with it collectively now. And then I think what needs to happen as a matter of agency is really for communities and then to identify and then those people who have committed this and then barbaric act and go to the nearest police and report. And then once they do that, and then we'll be sending a clear message that in our communities, no one can commit such a barbaric act and go away with murder.
Yeah.
We will be able to be the eyes and ears and then of the law enforcement agencies, Thabo. And then learners need to be safe at their homes. Learners need to be safe when they are at school. They also need to be safe, Thabo, in their local communities. They need to play. They need to be children. But and then because of what is happening now, children cannot be children. They cannot even play. They can't even be safe at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then as a community, we need to stand up against this. This should be the last one. We should really collectively say, hands off our learners. No one should be able to commit such a barbaric act against our learners and don't face the consequences. It can't just happen. And this should be the last one. You know, I think the blood of Machaka Radebe, and it should not just go down in vain, Thabo. And then as a community, it should be a wake-up call, and then for school safety, and then for communities to really
at large, yeah.
Exactly, Thabo,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And I can't really overemphasize and then what the Honorable MEC has said
Indeed.
On behalf of the government.
December Moloi, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for your intervention. That is the Motheo Education District Director in the Free State, December Moloi.